Scorpio, I'm here to give you a full moon fever wild card read straight from the hip with lots of lip. And we're diving into the energies that got kicked off with the Leo full moon we just had, leading up to the Virgo full moon on the 24th of February. So we're just kind of looking at what is coming toward you during this time period, what themes are going to introduce themselves on your path. I did get some really interesting downloads coming in around your energy, Scorpio. First of all, I picked up Boudica. Okay, so big time shield maiden vibes. There may be a need to shield your energy. There may be a need for you to be prepared for something that might be a bit challenging, but I think you have the strength to rise to the challenge. I also picked up the color red as a power color for you. Like, really, red is very magnetizing for you right now. It also conveys something about your personality that will help you just grok a certain essence as you're meant to move forward. You also may have somebody coming towards you that's presenting some kind of opportunity. It may feel a little risky. It could be a get rich quick scheme. I think that you might have that sort of like vibe when you have this opportunity introduced to you, but I think there could be like kind of a wild card element in play with this. It actually could work. Just make sure that there's nothing like shady attached to it. I have to say that because the other thing that came to mind for me is the way like people sell their soul just to kind of get like a quick break. And with everything that's been going on with P. Diddy in, pop culture, this aspect of the Scorpio archetype is really front and center because he's a Scorpio. Okay, so there's something here about don't compromise yourself just to get ahead faster. All right, stay committed. It might be more challenging to go the true steady way, but it's the way that pays off in the end. And you do have what it takes. You got the chops to rise to the challenge. All right. I also feel like Muladhara, the root chakra, needs some attention. You need to focus on maybe bringing in some grounding daily would be really helpful for you right now. You might have been too up in the ether recently, and there's a need to kind of like bring it back down, really sort of like root your energy, get close to the earth, okay? And that can be as simple as maybe just spending some time out in the elements, like get out in nature, like go for a walk, go sit with a tree, something like this. But merging your energy with the energy of a tree's roots and just shooting it down to the core of the earth and drinking in that earth energy, or even just walking barefoot on the ground, although I know it's cold out there in a lot of parts, but there's got to be a way to sort of ground out your energy. So I feel like these upper channels are really blasted open right now, and you got to be in a place where you can really feel like solid with what is coming towards you. Okay. I think there's been a lot of worry too. You've probably been really up in your head. Again, with that red, bring in the color red. Something about red, even with red foods, red peppers, tomatoes. That's interesting. They're all nightshades. Isn't that interesting? It's really interesting. But there's strawberries. There's other things too that are red. Although strawberries aren't really in season right now, but just this color, rhubarb, get creative with it. But even with your clothing, and just sort of surrounding yourself with that energy of red, it'll also be nourishing for your root chakra. Okay. You might be getting drained on a root chakra level. And maybe that is what's making your energy really kind of go, too off into the ether. There could be somebody that's just really challenging your sense of stability, or maybe there's been some kind of issue at home, or there's been some issue with the finances, something with the family, 4:44 on the clock. Okay, so any of these themes could be coming in. There is help on the way. Things are going to come into alignment with all of that, but there's almost like this siphoning energy where something may have really like drained your vitality in the root cellar. So there's a need to get grounded out and just sort of like, okay, let's get stabilized now. All right. So there might have been something that stirred things up a little bit. I feel like you're getting to the other side of it. All right, Scorpio, you got what it takes. You got what it takes. All right. No matter what you're facing, no matter what you're worried about, you got what it takes. Don't take any shortcuts, though, just at the promise of fast reward or a quick fix, because it can really shoot you in the foot. I got that. You need to use your wits. But there is some opportunity coming, and you know, it may be a little risky, but as long as you check into it and there's nothing about it that could land you in hot water, you know, you might want to take that risk, because I see it could pay off. It could really pay off, but I do feel like there's the need for scrutiny here. All right. So there's some reason why that's coming in like that. This is for any significant Scorpio placement, Scorpios, sun, moon, rising, any of them. Okay. Doesn't matter if you have an 8th house placement in your chart, or if you are a Taurus rising, then this could really speak to you. If you're drawn to the read, there's something here for you. Even if you're just a cross watcher, you may find a little pearl to take away. So let's just drop in. I did a lot of shuffling here. Bottom of the deck energy. There's your energy right there. Look at this. Queen of Cups, Phoenix. Yeah. All right. Where you may have felt like you were down for the count, like you have over and over and over again, because you are the artist of transformation. You rise again. Still I rise. Maya Angelou vibes. Okay. Maybe there was something that was really trying to hold you down. Maybe you felt really suppressed. Maybe a part of you had to be repressed just because of somebody you were dealing with. You know, you had to kind of like toe the line, or you had to walk on eggshells, or just had to hold your tongue, or whatever it is. Okay. Whatever's been acting as an oppressive force in your life and has been keeping you feeling sort of like it was cramping your style, man. I feel like you're shaking that off. You're getting beyond it. You're bringing a fire forward. Maybe that's why that red is coming through too, you know? You're starting to get in touch with your passion again, your lifeblood again. You're ready to really just like start moving productively into the future, you know? You feel like you've done a lot of processing. You're kind of tired of looking at the past. You don't want to be weighed down by, you know, what's back there anymore. I think you are burning through a lot. I think you burned through a lot of karma. You may have burned through a lot of candles. Maybe you've been doing a lot of vigils. It's possible. You could have been doing a lot of, you know, manifestation work too, wanting to magnetize prosperity to you. That's what I got, right? You know, a really good way to do that, actually, that's also purifying, is to work with Tratak. You know, Tratak is candle gazing meditation. You could go out, get yourself a nice red 7-day candle, light that candle, and you stare into the candle flame, and you think of all of the things in your life that are acting as blocks. Do use blocks within you as opposed to what you think is the block outside of you, because anything that's a block outside of you is actually something that's coming up within you first, and then you're externalizing it, you're manifesting it. All right. So just in the same way you can use manifestation to magnetize and draw things to you that you're looking to call in, you have to understand that that mirror works, well, it works both ways. So what you got going on inside projects outwardly, and then it magnetizes that to you. So if you're finding blocks all around you, then the blocks are within. There's something that needs to be changed. There's something that needs to be shifted in the mindset. There's a belief that needs to be shifted. There's an old stagnant emotion that needs to be released. There's some desire, some creative expression that needs to find an avenue to come on through. Okay, so all of this is coming forward for you. So look at what is the block inside. And if you can't help but focus on something outside of yourself, what is that thing like sparking in you? What is it sparking in you? You know? Does it feel hostile? You know? Then you can just do it simply as releasing the energy of hostility, because maybe there's something within you where you feel hostile about something or towards someone. And so you're drawing kind of experiences that further perpetuate hostility. That's just an example, all right? But maybe it came through for a reason. You can look at it from any shadow aspect. But this is your magic, Scorpio. You take this shadowy material, you rise it up into the light. You are brave enough to open up Pandora's box and look at it. And you let's face it, Scorpio, you get off on self-mastery. You do. You do. You love this stuff. You live for it, even though it's frustrating to grapple with it. There's something about, oh, but the rise, right? When you rise, that fiery bird, that phoenix rising up into your destiny, it puts on such a show. The last minute save, man. Last minute save from the clench of the jaws of death. Like, you're a master at that. You're like the comeback kid, okay? So it's that kind of energy. It's like, do it in style, do it in red, wear the scarlet letter, you know. You know what I'm saying? All that's kind of, I think you're really owning all parts of yourself. It looks really good. It says here, Phoenix teaches all sciences, performs wonderful poetry, and follows all requests with excellence. Yes. It's funny. My Angelou came in, Still I Rise. Okay. So maybe you're a poet. Maybe there's something creative that's wanting to come through these experiences you've been through. It was 11/11 there, right? You might be a master songwriter, you know? Maybe you got some lyrics in you. You might have a big love of music, especially because of just almost like the mathematical quality of it. I don't know. I got somebody who kind of like geeks out on that kind of stuff. Fibonacci, you know, sequences, things of that nature, you know. I think you're a deep thinker. I think you like to solve mysteries. I think you're aware of the patterns in things, the rhythms in things. You might be really drawn to drumming or a form of dance where, you know, the music for the dance is very percussive, like flamenco. African dance, you know, salsa. You know, I'm picking up this energy. Your energy is coming in kind of hot. And I do think you're in this place where, you know, I think you're proud of yourself for what you've made it through. And I think rightfully so. You know, so a lot of people will tell you you shouldn't have pride, but there is something about having a healthy sense of pride, just feeling good about your accomplishments and the growth that you've experienced. And I do feel like there's something coming in for you. It gives you an opportunity to highlight a creative skill you have, or maybe a side of yourself that you haven't really shared with people. Maybe you're getting brave, you're going to bring this part forward. And I do feel like you're going to get some kind of recognition for it, and it's going to feel really good. Okay. So this just kind of coming in here. And I do feel like you had been dealing with somebody who really had you kind of like, you know, hop into it. You know, you had to meet these unreasonable demands in order to keep things on an even keel with them. I feel like something's shifting in this situation, right? You're definitely getting more aligned with your energy. Right? And I think the more that you kind of like focus on this grounding and getting connected, I think you'll find things flowing much smoother for you, okay? And you'll find those blocks on your path falling away. You'll realize that, you know, you had the power all along. Oh, more red, ruby slippers. Are you searching for that place called home? Maybe home has been feeling a little off lately. Maybe you're wanting something to kind of shift at home. You might be looking to change things around. Some of you may be moving. You may be wondering if you would rather live in a different area. There might be an opportunity to do that opening up for you. It's a possibility. Funds might be the only thing that's kind of held you back. But like I said, there is an opportunity for making some, you know, some good money that might seem like it's like a get rich quick scheme, but I don't know. I pick up a real weird wild card energy about it, that as long as it's, you know, above board, as long as it's legal and it's not going to land you in hot water, though it may seem risky, I actually feel like it will pay off. Right? Just have good scrutiny, okay? Queen of Pentacles, just as I said that. Yeah, I mean, it'll definitely have you leveling up financially. Says here, makes one wise and teaches everything, can turn any metal into gold, transmutes water into wine. Yeah, this can totally transform your financial portfolio. I see that. It can put you in a much better financial position. It's possible this opportunity could come in from a Taurus. It could come in from an ox in Chinese astrology. If you are an ox in Chinese astrology, it is supposed to be a really good year financially for you all, with the year of the wood dragon coming in. But I'm just cluing into the figure here with the horns. It could also be a Virgo or a Capricorn that presents this opportunity. You may have an earth signs placement very strong in your chart. And if you do, I suggest that you look at what house it's in, the planets that it's in, okay? Because this is going to tell you a lot about where the golden opportunity lies and sort of where to set your sights so you can see this thing coming when it comes in and you know to shoot your shot, right? There's that shield energy, that shield maiden energy, all right? It might require you to be really bold and brave to take this opportunity. There is a little bit of this like warrior spirit, you know, charging ahead. I got what it takes, no fear, okay? I think there is something about this. It requires you to leap a bit. It is a bit of a challenge. It's not your usual thing. It could be investments. It could be an opportunity to invest in some kind of stock or something. But it's really interesting with that piece that came in with P. Diddy. I feel like what you got to be careful of is getting into something that it may elevate you really rapidly, but in the long term, it would put you at a great disadvantage, okay? So if you do have something creative and you got somebody wanting to kind of deal with you, just think about those arrangements that go down. Like, for example, if you're a musician, okay, let's say somebody approaches you, you get approached by a label. How much are they going to want to take from that? You know, in this case, you might want to really think about it. Maybe you're thinking of taking a risk to just independently produce your album. All right. Yeah, it may be risky. Yeah. Could you fall flat on your face? Sure. But that's what it takes to be successful, right? You have to kind of like put yourself out there. You have to take the risk to fail. And truly successful people understand that even if they fail, that failure informs them in some way that serves them in the future, okay? So there's something about learning something in the leap. And there's also the reality that the leap is required. You know, look at this. I mean, this ox has got wings. It makes me think of Red Bull. Maybe you really like Red Bull. You've been drinking energy drinks. It's that kind of spirit, though. Like, you do need to, you know, have enough energy, determination, drive, ambition, focus, and like mojo. All right. You got to work your mojo. You got to kind of, you know, go for it. You know, put yourself out there. Go ahead. You know, bring a little bit of that cockiness for it. Not too much. Okay. Not too much. But there's nothing wrong with, you know, bringing your fire forward. And I do feel like you need a little bit of that in order to go for this, because it's an elevation here. You do have to take some kind of risk. All right. But it will bring stability. Just make sure it's not a risk that costs you too much. Okay. Because some of you are getting somebody coming towards you, some kind of get rich quick scheme. I want you to be careful. Others of you have an opportunity coming towards you that you play your cards right, as long as it's above board and things are very clearly defined. This is a huge level up for you, and it'll bring you a lot of success, all right? But it's all about kind of like where you're at inside of yourself, Scorpio. You know, have you done the work? Do you know the ways that you sabotage yourself? Do you know the ways that you hold yourself back? Okay, this is important, because what you really stand behind at this time and what you're willing to go into battle for and like throw your hat in the ring for, like it better matter to you. It better feel right to you. It better be in alignment with your integrity. This is coming through really strongly. All right, so let's see what's coming in here for Scorpio. Tell me more about this opportunity. I do think you got protection around you. It's interesting because this card just landed on this Tarot of the Dragons box here. All right. It just landed on this Tarot of the Dragons box here. And I am going to be doing an unboxing video with this. But look, the dragon's red. Yeah, the dragon's red. You know, look at that. The Two of Wands right on the cover there. So yes, the world will be what you want it to be. Be mindful of, you know, the steps you take, because you did culminate, you know, a major karmic cycle. And you're now in the process of stepping into something brand new. And it was 20 on the dot, on the clock. So you're coming into alignment with something that's going to set the tone for your future. And it's going to bring in a lot of gifts. And it's 2011, right? And look at this, the sun. This is success. You could be partnering with a Leo on something, but this is some real good news coming in here. Real good news coming in here. It says makes one rich, smart, and well-spoken, right? So this is good. Gathers spirits in tombs and changes the place of the dead. Wow. Now, remember, I was saying that you might have been dealing with somebody that you really had to kind of like toe the line with them, or, you know, just make sure that you were always like kind of like keeping things just so you didn't disrupt things for them, and they had a little bit too much control over you. I think the tables are turning in this situation here. It looks like that to me, Scorpio, right? Where you were once down for the count, you're now on the rise, your fortune's on the rise, and you may see this person experiencing a reversal. Now, I was drawn to this deck in particular, okay, for you, and it is the Occult Tarot. So usually I'm only drawn to this deck if there is somebody who is well versed in the art of manipulation within the mix. And of course, when I'm speaking of manipulation, this can be somebody who does workings. I would say if you're dealing with something along those lines, either you're a Taurus rising, okay, that could be the case, and you've been doing some kind of workings to try to like call in money. You've been doing some kind of manifestation work, visualization work, okay? It doesn't have to be like chanting incantations, you know? It's all magic, though. I don't care what you call it. Call it prayer, call it whatever you want. Call it talking to yourself in the mirror and giving yourself a pep talk, or turning on your montage song in the morning. Maybe you need a montage song. And then you need to dance it out. You need to do some flamenco, you know, to your montage song. But it's that kind of energy, okay? It could also be that somebody was like sort of like working you in a manipulative fashion. I would say somebody that was either a competitor in business, or it could be somebody with a strong earth sign placement in their chart. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, all right? I do think you're dealing with 10th house issues. I do think you're dealing with your public reputation, how you're perceived by people. In some cases, your brand, okay? You may have gone through something in a relationship where there was like a lot of imbalance in the relationship. It might have been very awkward for you. You might have felt that the relationship misrepresented who you are. And it's like you're getting reintroduced for who you truly are in your rightful position as a Queen of Pentacles, really knowing your value, your self-respect. You feel like that back there, like that's not me. That's not me. Let me show you who I really am. Let me reintroduce myself, okay? It's got that kind of vibe, but it's almost like you're reintroducing yourself through some success that you're achieving here, or some increase in status that's coming through for you that's going to bring you a lot of happiness. Could be coming in as an opportunity through a Leo, or it has that Leo quality. It lets you really step into the spotlight in some way, or be recognized for what you have to offer, what you do. And I also feel like you're going to strike some kind of deal. It is a little risky. It requires you to take a little bit of a risk. But I feel like this risk pays off. It's well thought out. It's well considered, right? Tell me more about this risk that Scorpio's taking here, Spirit. Give me some more information about this risk that Scorpio's taking. What is this risk? Tell me more about this. It may allow you to show, like I said, I feel like people get to see a whole new side of you with whatever it is that you're doing here. I feel like you're a multifaceted person, and maybe you've kept this part of yourself hidden. And it's a talent you have. It's a strength that you have. You're meant to bring this forward. People are supposed to see this. And we got there. Ooh, the Lovers. You might be partnering up with somebody on this, okay? Causes women to love men and brings them together in love. There might be somebody who feels like you're their muse, or you feel like they're your muse. You know, it was 25:11 on the clock. There's some connection that's at the heart of this, that it could be two people come together and their energies, when they come together, spark this creativity. I could see that as well. Again, this Lovers in this deck is not about a decision or a choice. It's a very different take. It's two people working together. I think you've been in situations before where you feel like the love component has really thrown you off track, or maybe really rocked your stability. 25:44 on the clock. Now you're building something for yourself, though. This happens quite naturally. This doesn't take from you. This pours into you. And it's through you two sharing together, connecting your energy together. Not only is there like love there, not only is there chemistry there, but I also feel like there's something you create together. I think that you're bringing something into being with another person that you feel a lot of chemistry and like heart connection with. It might happen kind of spontaneously. You might actually meet this person in a creative setting, or you might, be working on some kind of project with them. And then there's more than just the creative project. That happens all the time. Like people who are like actors or musicians, or, anybody involved in a creative process, you go real deep with a creative process, right? And there's also this need for transparency and to be really raw and vulnerable. So it's almost like you let this part of you be seen, and you're working on this project. Ted just said, yes, you're working with somebody on this. And it's like, there's this spark, there's this undeniable chemistry. And it's like magic happens. I feel like this is kind of like a dynamic duo energy. It brings like a lot of reward into your life. It's sort of like you get to revamp your whole reputation. You get to revamp your image. People see you differently. You also have success that rises out of this, whatever you're creating with this person. But I feel like this is an opportunity to partner with somebody on something creative, and it brings so much reward. Tell me more about this collaboration, is what it looks like. Okay, this looks like really good. Something that's really gonna get you all revved up, man. And I think it's going to give you a quick level up. It might feel a little bit risky to partner with this person. Maybe this person feels like a little bit of a rebel to you or something, or you think that they're a bit edgy. They're somehow different than you are, but I feel like you pull something out of each other. That's what I got. It's really interesting. You pull something out of each other that the other is lacking. And you inspire that. It's like a very musing energy, but I feel like it's mirrored. It works both ways. It's a two-way mirror. Interesting. It's a two-way mirror. And, and it's also very magnetizing, like the connection. You manifest with this person. You manifest with this person really rapidly. But I think because you've had such negative experiences in the past, mixing business with pleasure, or maybe office romances, something like that, or you've had your stability really shaken, like on a financial level, on a level of just your home base, by relationships you've been in before. I think that it feels risky. There's something about it that doesn't feel safe. But I do keep going back to the peace, though, as long as there's nothing that's illegal about it. It can land you in hot water. Okay, so this person may be that much of a rebel. Maybe they are. I don't know. Maybe they've been in trouble before. Maybe I just got, okay, insider trading. Okay, maybe this person has a history of that, something along those lines. You just be careful, okay? Be careful. I think this is very tempting, whatever it is. Page of Wands to the Eight of Wands, man. Look at this. Oh, yes. He may come in like a little tempter. We do have this snake energy here. Page of Wands, classic. Page of Wands. It's not a Page of Wands. It's a Page of Swords. Ooh, but I said Page of Wands. So maybe this is a fire sign. Okay, it could be a Page of Swords too. It could be somebody with strong fire and air in their chart, actually. But this is somebody, I did say Page of Wands. I did say Page of Wands initially, so I'm going with it. It says gives answer past, present, and future, reconciles friends and foes. This is somebody who has some knowledge to drop on you. And this person is, you know, looking to form a connection, a partnership that works out for both of you. You may have been on opposite sides of the fence from this person in the past. You also could have viewed each other as competitors in some way, but there's something being transformed here. And I think this person is going to drop a lot of knowledge on you. They're going to tell you what's been going on behind the scenes, okay? And they've been keeping an eye on something. They've gathered a lot of information. You're definitely going to get communication with this person, all right? Got Page of Wands coming in with the Eight of Wands. This is going to come in fairly quickly too. You'll definitely get some kind of word coming in by that Virgo full moon on the 24th. This is somebody who wants to do some kind of favor for you. They want to help you out with somebody who's been causing some problems for you. Yep. They're relaying something to you. They're relaying something to you. They're teaching you about something that's been going on behind the scenes. This may involve people who speak more than one language. I don't know why that's coming in, but it is just maybe as a way to help you pinpoint who it might be talking about, who's been kind of moving sideways behind the scenes. This person is bilingual. They may know a few different languages, actually. They're well-versed, okay? This person's very well-versed. There's something you need to know here, though. This person's got some inside information about this person and the way they've been kind of thwarting your forward progress here. And they want to give you an advantage. They want to give you like a level up, an opportunity here. But there's something you just need to be careful of, okay? You need to be careful of this. I don't know. There's something interesting about this dynamic. I keep picking up that they need to be careful about this. Why does Scorpio need to be careful about this? That just flipped over. Page of Pentacles, the Earth energy. Oh my goodness. Okay, you got some Earth energy that maybe had been causing problems for you, because this is what showed up when I asked why I keep feeling that. Page of Pentacles. This could be somebody who is very much in touch with astronomy or the sciences, you know, maybe somebody like really likes to geek out on that kind of stuff. This is also somebody I feel that knows how to work with the alchemical arts. It says they know the virtues of precious stones and herbs. Gives very good familiars. It's big Taurus energy, ox energy. Okay, same energy here that came in years. Could have been a potential problem in the past. I feel like somebody that's connected to this person is coming in to sort of like speak on their behalf, to try to create some kind of reconciliation. But why? But why? I mean, there is this lover scenario here, but it also says can make women barren. So I would say if you got some like really innovative idea, something that you've been working on, and this person comes in and they want to sort of like spring off that, and yet they want you to kind of like get friendly or make peace with somebody that you know has been problematic for you, you might want to really consider why this person is wanting to be so helpful. It's like, if this is part of the deal, I wouldn't go for it, because there's something shady there that I personally would not trust. That's the vibe I get with it. I do feel like whatever you have been inspired to do, whatever's coming through for you, it's really something that you need to protect. You need to be like Boudica with this thing, man, and you need to be brave and go your own way if you need to. Do it independently, even though somebody says they could give you a real opportunity here. It's just so wild because I feel like there's this amazing chemistry with this one person, and there's like romantic chemistry, but creative chemistry. But there's also a little bit of an edge to it. It's a little bit of a razor's edge. You know what I'm saying? It's a fine line, man. I just heard it's a fine line between love and hate. And it could be because of this person in the mix that kind of has to come in tow with that, where it's like, well, we can have this, we can work this out, I can help you out. Let me tell you what's been going on, what's been working against you. I know how we can really turn up your profits. I know how we can move you forward real quickly. But in order for you to take this deal, there's a caveat. The caveat is you have to kind of like work with this person that you know damn well this person's worked against you in the past. Are you willing to do that? I don't know. And you might need to look a little bit into their portfolio some more too, if this is like a professional arrangement, because there's something here that it's like, yeah, you know, it's like you take the good, you take the bad, you take both, and there you have the facts of life, you know. Yeah, and what does it come down to in the end? The facts of life are all about you. All about you. There's that mirroring energy again. I would be leery. I just get it as big, be leery about this, okay? Just be leery about this. I think if it's just you working with this person, you know, that you have this affinity with and this chemistry with, cool. If they require that this person comes along to the right, no. This person who was like a competitor or did you dirty before, no. I would not invite that in. I really wouldn't. It has no all over it, okay? Let's do a cut of the deck energy. This is like somebody wanting you to make a compromise around something. Look, Tower. I'm telling you, be careful, because you're on the precipice right now of being about to really manifest something very solid for yourself. And just like that, but just making a little bit of a compromise in an area where you know it doesn't feel right to you, you could bring the whole thing down. This is a promoter of discord, war, arguments, and falsehood, and they give generous responses. They know how to spin things. They know how to work their words. Don't fall for this manipulation, man. Because look at this. 4 of Wands. You're about to come into alignment with someone, okay, that can really bring a spirit of celebration because of what you create together. But there's some kind of diversionary opportunity coming your way where somebody wants to compromise you in the process. And if you're a sucker for it, it's all going to come down. Everything you've worked so hard to build, because this person knows all things hidden. They know all things hidden. They see what you've been creating for yourself. It could be a Leo, okay? A Leo. And once they find out what you're going to build, they're going to like announce it. It's like they're the town scribe, like going around telling everybody your business. Hear ye, this is Scorpio's next move. And then the past comes and it bites you in the butt and it tears down everything you built for yourself. So like I said, deal if it's this person that you got this creative chemistry with and they come correct and you're creating together and it feels good and it's vibing right and everything's above board and you've checked into everything. No dice if it requires you to work with this person who's worked against you before.